Now, before we start with the lecture, we start with the answer to a question asked by Tanvita Mataji. And Tanvita Mataji asked me this question that if, please correct me if I am wrong, the way I have answered the question. If everything is due to prarabdha, is already which is predestined और डेस्टिनी पहले ही हमारा तय है, तो हमको देवी देवता से मांगे क्यों? और अगर मांगा तो भी दे रहे हैं, वो भगवान ही दे रहे हैं, देवी देवता नहीं दे रहे हैं. एंड देन व्हाट इज द फर्दर पार्ट ऑफ इट? हाँ, जो हमारे प्रारब्ध में नहीं है वो कैसे हमको दे सकते हैं? तो अगर मेरे प्रारब्ध में होता ऐसे मिल जाता था तो मेरे को 16 सोमवार 16 शुक्रवार करने की जरूरत थी, राइट? नाउ फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज प्रारब्ध. इतने जन्मों के कर्म आपने किए हैं, आपने नहीं, सबने, हर व्यक्ति का एक प्रारब्ध है. जन्म जन्मों का कर्म करके उसने कुछ कर्म जमा के रखे हैं, उसने कर्म जमा के रखे हैं. तो accumulation of so many births, and उसमें good and bad both are. Sometimes good and bad may be more, sometimes it may be less, but definitely it is a mixture of both. And the richest man is sad because this is Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. So it's like how you go to the Bhelpuri wala, थोड़ा तीखा चटनी, थोड़ा मीठा चटनी मिक्स करके देता है. Then only you can enjoy. Only तीखा रहेगा खा पाएंगे, only मीठा रहेगा खा पाएंगे. You need a mixture of both tikka chutney and tikka chutney. So life, that is why, is a mixture of happiness and sadness. कभी सुखी तो कभी दुखी, और दुखी है तब सोचेंगे कभी ना कभी तो सुख आएगा, सुख भोगा पहले आए. So we are always in the waiting mood or hoping that we will have something better. Now I have already told this earlier, and I am repeating it again. Always remember, Devi Devata, there are three types of worship. Devi Devata worship, higher to that is Shivji's worship, and still higher to that is worship of the Supreme Narayan, Vishnu, in the form of Krishna, Rama, Narasimha, whatever it is. Now, first point I have already mentioned, जो देवी देवता का पूजा करता है उसको, let's say this boy is destined to become rich at the age of 55 or 60. He says, no, लक्ष्मी देवी का मैं पूजा लक्ष्मी पूजन करूंगा, हर गुरुवार हर मंगलवार को मैं लक्ष्मी जी का मंदिर जाऊंगा, ये करूंगा वो करूंगा. तो लक्ष्मी जी से सोच ठीक है, you are supposed to present at the age of 60, but now I'll give it to you at the age of 30. So what he has got? Anything outside his prarabdha? अगर ऐसा होता माता जी, तो every couple who are child, tell me, 90% of the childless couples go to church, do worship. Do they still everyone to the church? In fact, even with the so-called modern technology of IVF and all that, still is no guarantee that you will have a child. Why? These are all efforts, endeavors you put. Just because you think ये endeavor करने से, ये कोशिश करने से, ट्राई करने से शायद मुझे मिले, एक होप, कहावत है ना, उम्मीद पे दुनिया कायम. The whole world is hoping against the hope. Against the hope you are hoping. That is the best part. Every lady knows she is not Aishwarya, but doesn't go to the makeup, doesn't do makeup, doesn't go to the beauty parlor. Hope. Everyone who takes out Fair and Lovely cream, है, पूछो रजनीकांत पे कितना बाल्टी मलोगे तो वो गोरा होगा. Some look nice as dark only. You don't like them. That's the hoping against the hope. And the worst part is, in India, we use creams to become fair. And abroad, they use tanning agents to look dark. Because they are fed up of अरे बाबा जो दिया उसको सुखी रहना. So many people must be envying. बाल है फिर भी मुंडा पे. हम लोग के पास है ही नहीं. हम लोग तेल लगा रहे हैं उगेगा बोल के. अरे जो है उसे सुखी रहे. Whatever you have, be contented, because your focus should not be on this body level but should be on a higher level. So coming back to your question, so Devi Devtas give you there in your prarabdha, provided it is there. It may be delayed, but it can be made, a little alteration can be done. Many times it is in you, it is due for you, but still you don't get it because it takes, rather you don't even endeavor. Many people don't endeavor. हर कोई अगर 100 स्टूडेंट्स पास आउट हो गए कॉलेज, आपके सब क्लासमेट डब्बू रह गए, बेकार रह गए, ये सबके सब टॉप हैं. Some are, like big famous people, big businessmen. Some are on the middle level, some are at the low level. कोई मर भी गया. 3 or 4 of my classmates, college mates have already died. So what does this mean? Each one has come with his own prarabdha. Now, why I am getting this category of Shivji in between? Very. Your prarabdha में आपको बचना नहीं, आपके प्रारब्ध में शादी नहीं है, जो भी आपका प्रारब्ध में घर नहीं है, गाड़ी नहीं, जो आपके प्रारब्ध में नहीं है, शिव जी कैन अरेंज. He said, I have got the power, I can give you. And we can see very nicely the power of Markandeya Rishi and the Mrityunjay mantra. Now you come to God. But before you go to God, I want to ask one. अगर प्रारब्ध से ही सब कुछ चलेगा, everything is going as per our past karma, then why in this world should I worship anyone? Forget about Devi Devta, forget about Shivji, forget about Bhagwan. Why should I worship? नास्तिक को भी बच्चा है, नास्तिक के पास भी गाड़ी बंगला है, right? And atheist is also having car, गाड़ी, बंगला, name it, everything is having. Am I right or wrong? है ना. नास्तिक के पास भी है, जो भगवान को मानता नहीं है उसके पास भी सब कुछ है, और जो भगवान को मानता है उसके पास भी सब कुछ है. तो देन मेरे में और उसमें फर्क क्या है? मैं बड़ा सुबह उठता हूँ, पूजा पाठ करता हूँ, भगवान को भोग लगाता हूँ, दिया बत्ती करता हूँ, उसको तो वो खर्चा भी नहीं, दिया तेल का अगरबत्ती का खर्चा भी नहीं, मटेरियल टर्म्स. देन व्हाट इज द बेनिफिट? Why should I do? That's my counter question to you before I answer you the higher hand. अरे बाबा, already karma is working. Law of karma is working. Whatever you are enjoying or suffering in this birth, each individual is having his own set of enjoyments and suffering. You, if the law of karma only is working, why do we need God? My question is very clear. Please. No, I don't do any bad karma. I don't do any good karma. I don't do any bad karma. I won't go to heaven or I go to hell. Then what's the problem? I'm saying I'm neutral karma. Yoga karma to kaushalam. That is what is called as karma kaushal. This is why Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, yoga karma to kaushalam. Kaushalam means that is your skill. Now what is that? First and foremost, who is judging your karma? So that means अगर आपको कुछ कर्म का फल दे रहा है, अच्छा या बुरा जो भी हो, कौन दे रहा है? भगवान दे रहा है. That means there is one superior authority who is controlling your karma. Is this point clear? किसी को कोई डाउट है तो पूछना. I don't want any confusion in mind. नहीं तो आगे जाने के बाद प्रभु जी वो आप पहले क्या बोले मेरे को, having doubt. So the first question is prarabdha. Your prarabdha is decided to be good or bad as per the Supreme Lord. Now the second point, Lord says he has the only power by which mokshashami masikaha. I can pardon your sins also. For example, in this world, let's say in India, you commit a murder, then you're put in the sentence to death. And then what you can do? You can apply for a presidential mercy or a presidential appeal. No, appeal. What happens? President may, not I'm not saying will. And if the president pardons, even after the conviction of the court has put you, given you death sentence, he can reverse. Even the, I mean, he or he, the president is, can say, okay, you are free from today. There is no more superior than the president. So the president is superior to the court also. The different thing the president doesn't interfere. That's a different matter. But it is superior. So come here now. So the point what I'm trying to pinch out over here is Lord has the power, is authorized to give you good and bad karma, at the same time relieve you of the consequences of the karma. So when you surrender to God, your first thing is why are you still lingering on to your past birth fruit, good or bad? You have no right to linger on. जाहे विधि राखे राम ताहि विधि रही जैसा एंड देन बाद में कुछ अभी है और कुछ है सीताराम 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 सही है so you have to chant the name of the Lord and you have to accept whatever is coming whether you can't say no God I'm surrendered to you मैं आपका नाम जपता हूँ तो मेरे साथ भी जो भी बुरा हो रहा है is also earned by you only बिकॉज इसमें कोई मिस्टेक नहीं हो सकता बाजू वाले के अकाउंट में से आपको कुछ नहीं आता you get your neighbor gets his own set of happiness. Your sadness you suffer, the neighbor gets a different set of sadness. The only thing you realize, hey, मैं सोचा मैं ही दुखी हूँ ये भी दुखी है. We feel why by sharing दुख शेयर करने से क्या मिलता है? मैं भी दुखी ये भी दुखी चल nice we are together. है उसका सासू माँ प्रॉब्लम है मेरा हस्बैंड प्रॉब्लम है ठीक है अच्छा है हस्बैंड का प्रॉब्लम से सासू माँ का प्रॉब्लम है फिर से हाँ यार कम से कम हस्बैंड बेकार है सासू माँ तो ठीक है we console ourselves we just simply console ourselves by these things but the actual fact lies in that the law of karma is applicable mainly to those who do not go in the devotional path. For example, the atheist, I just said, एक नास्तिक को भी घर गाड़ी बंगला है he is getting by the law of karma immaterial of whether he accepts God or he doesn't accept God. तो भगवान को माने ना माने लेकिन किसी भी सूरत में उसको भगवान मतलब एज पर द लॉ भगवान अलॉट कर देते जैसे आप योर वॉट एवर अभी आजकल सिटीजन राइट बोलते हैं वॉट एवर सिटीजन राइट यू कैन अवेल your past right you can avail your age right your gender right now ladies को ये राइट दिया गया है या ये मिलेगा ठीक है that is as per this immaterial of whether you are a whichever community you may belong to as long as you are an Indian you get what's the right that gender or that community gets. It has nothing to do with I'm so and so party say I'm affiliated, I'm connected. Even if you're connected to any party also, you will get the same what is enlightened to you or entitled to you. So this point is very clear कि मिलता है भगवान ही दे रहे हैं मतलब what he means by that. Hitan case. हम hitan. I am the actually the giver. What does this mean? मैं ही सब कुछ संभाल रहा हूँ. Don't think Devi Devatas are in control. Yes, they are definitely doing the activities, but under my jurisdiction, under my power, and under my say. मेरे कहने के ऊपर मतलब it's like the CEO of the company is the CEO of the company. He is finally the boss. He can break the rules. He is not bound by the rules. Any company CEO is free, right? He is not bound by rules. He can bypass. If he wants, he can make a chaprasi also a manager. You can't ask him, hey, how you made him? मेरा मर्जी है वो I'm the CEO, I'm the boss. So he can do anything. Whereas we people are just bound by the law. Is it clear? Is your question clearly clear? Clearly? This law of karma is really confusing. Don't worry. And if it doesn't confuse, so we would be jobless. Rather, I would be jobless. Okay, we completed verse number 28 complete कर दिया. एक मिनट 28 right now I remember इच्छा देश समुच्चयने द्वंद्व मोहेन भारत सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहम सर्गे यान्ति प्राणतपः. This we discussed, right? Half year discussed. Okay. Can anyone read the translation of this? 7.27. So basically what he is saying is, what is trying to say, let's take one more verse before then we will understand the continuation. वेदं संस्कृतानि वर्तमानि च अर्जुन भविष्यानि च भूतानि माम तु वेदना तस्मः. The Lord is saying, please read the translation of 26. So first point, what is Lord saying? भाई तुम्हारा past, present, future सब मिल जाता है. मतलब मेरे पास तुम्हारा पूरा कुंडली है. I know what you are. तुम्हें pose. Actually, some people come and pose in front of me. So I'm very devotional. I become very devotional. मतलब very good, very nice. You become devotional. Very nice. God alone knows. And what we say, God alone knows. And true, God alone knows. Nobody else knows. Only God knows. ठीक है. Second, in the next verse, what is Lord saying? O Sikon of Bharata, O conqueror of the force, all living entities are born into delusion. One who says, I know God, is also in delusion. One who says, I don't want to know God, is also in delusion. What is delusion? What is the actual understanding of delusion? Confused. क्या सही है क्या गलत है क्या मैं कर रहा हूँ सही कर रहा हूँ या गलत कर रहा हूँ. दैट इज वाई इस डिल्यूजन का फायदा उठा के आपको चीट किया जाता है. We say na there are so many cheating gurus, so many gurus who cheat, so many gurus give us false information. This is because of the delusion which is there inside you. आपके अंदर है. Confusion is inside you, not in the person who is cheating you. He is very clear he is cheating you. And your delusion, बहुत पाप है. ये करने से ये दान दे दूंगा तो मेरा पाप धुल जाएगा. I will be cleansed of my sins. I'll do I'll say हर सोमवार उपवास करूंगा तो पूरा हफ्ते का जो मैंने नॉनवेज खाया उसका पाप धुल जाएगा या जो भी मैंने गलत किया तो धुल जाएगा. दिस इज अ delusion. And from where does this delusion come? Arise from the bewilderment, this delusion, bewildered by duality arisen from desire and hate. So what do you desire bigger and what do you hate? Desire and anger we know. I want to know desire and hate. Then what is the delusion? Lord says, what is the delusion of what? See, Lord is mentioning this, no? Bewildered because of the duality which arise from desire and hatred. Give an answer with respect to the example I gave. I have done some things throughout in the past. So by doing a donation, I will be washed of sin. By doing some good activity or going to the temple in the morning daily and dancing in front of the deities, or by giving some donations or something, some activity of that sort, will wash me of my sins. इसका क्या अर्थ है? मतलब इसका और इससे क्या क्या जोड़ते हैं? हाँ, no, no, that is where the catch lies. The catch lies is आप एक काम कीजिए, आपके बेटे के नाम पे आप 5 लाख डाल दीजिए, देखो आप 6 महीने के अंदर आपके बेटे का this is your desire. When you go to this desire, you are bewildered what to do and what not to do. You are in a state of confusion. At that time, people encash on your confusion or on your faith on bewilderment. You are more faithful to your bewilderment rather than on anything else. Because you know for sure consciously, yes, I have not done something good, correct, or right. Secondly, I desire let my son get married or whatever. गाड़ी हो जाए, बंगला हो जाए, whatever. And that case of bewilderment, you tend to do, and there is duality. You hate. I don't like doing all this, but I will do it. There's no love. Desire should be followed with love. Here there is no love. That is just you are doing it karma habit. You don't have any attachment to it. And that is why this problem is arising. Then the next verse, which is very, very important. Yesham to antagata papa. ज्ञानेन जनानां पुण्यकर्मणः ते द्वन्द्वमोहनिर्मुक्तानां भजन्ते यान्ति दृढवतः भजन्ते मां दृढवतः. Very important point, the secret of how you can do devotion. The earlier verse, God is saying you are in bewilderment. In the name of devotion, whatever nonsense you are doing, you consider that as devotion, but that is not devotion. So what is actual devotion? Yesham to antagatam, yesham to antagatam papam. Please read the translation. तो डिटर्मिनेशन, this duality कल कैसे जाएगा? जब तक आपके अंदर पाप है, येषाम तो अंतगत पापम, as long as these sins exist inside you, you will be bewildered, there will be delusion. आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. This is going to, and this is because of your sinful activities, the proclivity of doing sinful activities. That is, it's a little heavy stuff. You need to understand. The base has to be very clear to understand higher level. So that's what I'm saying. Persons who acted piously in the previous life and in this life, both. Now, what is this word piously? Also, can anyone explain? What is the example of piously? Very good. Something more? Surrendering to God. Okay. That's not that. The minute you surrender, you are always sincere. So, surrendering to God, this word is always misunderstood with the people. When Vibhishan came to surrender, how did Lord accept the surrender? Where did Vibhishan come from? लंका से, लंका सोने की लंका, 100 ग्राम सोना तो लेके आता, 100 किलो. कल ठीक है, यू आर सीइंग फ्रॉम टुडेज पर्सपेक्टिव, आई एम टॉकिंग फ्रॉम Treta perspective. थोड़ा तो सोना लेके आके, यू गेट ऑफर समथिंग, राइट? किसी को मिलने जाते किसके लेके आए, चलो सोना नहीं ले, तुलसी का 2 पत्ता तो लेके, because he was the only house in entire Lanka which Lakshman, which Hanuman saw, which had a tulsi plant. More. 2 तुलसी का पत्ता भगवान जी का, चलो वो भी नहीं लाया, जल्दी जल्दी मिली. He came by the sea route and it was on the beach only. कुछ नहीं, थोड़ा जल तो लाके भगवान के चरण में अर्पित कर सकते थे. थोड़ा ऑफर some water from the sea. You don't have to dig a well also. There's so much of water in the sea. Just take one palmful and offer it. Even that he could not do. He just came and folded his hands and he said, I am surrendered to you. A lot accept. A lot accept. Always said by Acharya, Krishna Avatar mein, you didn't leave even Sudama. भगवान लिए बगैर किसी को कुछ नहीं दिया. First you come, you give me something, then I'll give you. यहाँ तक कि सुदामा को बोला 3 मुट्ठी चावल तो देना पड़ा, पोहा देना पड़ा, के बाद ही दिया ना, उसके पहले दिया क्या? समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? Am I making some sense to you all? कृष्ण को उसको लिया, उसके एवज में दिया. Whereas रामचंद्र जी कुछ नहीं लेके आए, पानी लेके आए, सोना नहीं लाया, तुलसी नहीं लाया, कुछ भी नहीं लाया. सिर्फ आके हाथ जोड़ लिया, दिया. Immediately he called him Lankesh. What did he call him? Lankesh. Why? लंका का राजा बना दिया. अभी तक उड़ के आया है हवा में, is not even landed, still in the air. हाँ, yes, yes, Lankesh come. You have coronated him just for this, and not only that, for millions of years you will live, enjoy nicely, and then finally you come to my abode. और क्या चाहिए जिंदगी के साथ भी, जिंदगी के बाद भी. This is the perfect example. As long as you live opulently as a king of Lanka, Lankesh, will be Lankesh, and after that, you will come to me. Double profit, profit. And when could that happen? When he was not attached to the golden man. He was not attached to this power post, Ravan ka bhai. Who doesn't want to be a relative of a big personality? You go to North Delhi में सब जाए, MLA का पड़ोसी. हाँ, they write in the car. No joke. क्या है, नगर सेवक का चाचा, नगर सेवक का भतीजा. My God, they are so proud in showing their connection to some big personality. यहाँ पे किसने ये भी नहीं बोला कि मैं उसको छोड़ के आया, ये किया, वो किया. He said bluntly, I am the brother of Ravan. He knew very well he is the same person who has kidnapped his wife. He can shoot him also. He can kill him also. But he knew very well. But he was straight. That's why Lord, those who are straightforward with me, I like them more than those who are crooked with me. Don't try to be crooked with me. Be straightforward, be frank. जो भी हो, जो भी गलत इच्छा हो, वो भी आप है ना, कि भगवान आपके हृदय में बैठ के सब देख रहे हैं. One CCTV camera is fitted in everyone's heart, and that is what we call as conscious. अंदर से आवाज आती है ना, कुछ भी आप गलत करते हो तो मत कर मत कर. वो बात अलग है कि आप आवाज को दबा देते हो, जस्टिफाई करते हो, नहीं मुझे करना ही है, आई हैव टू डू दिस, इट इज आई एम जस्टिफाइड. सब लोग इतना कर रहे हैं, मैं इतना नहीं करूं, यहाँ तक वो पूछ लेते हैं, राइट. सब लोग मर्डर कर रहे हैं, मैं थोड़ा सा गलत काम कर रहा हूँ, इसमें क्या है, इतना करोड़ों का स्कैम कर रहे हैं, 7-2 लाख का स्कैम करूंगा तो क्या फर्क. दैट्स हाउ वी subdue our own conscience, trying to justify ourselves our wrong activities. That is why we are surrendered to peace and there. What is pious? How do you incur or how do you accumulate pious? Yes, tell me. How do you accumulate very pious. हिंदी में ट्रांसलेशन नहीं माना, माना अनुवादन इसलिए जवाब कीजिए अनुवाद। पुण्य में oh, it's very playing safe. That's called playing safe. Dr. Saab, what is your view on this? What is the defining अच्छा काम? तो अपना मिलिट्री काम बेकार होगा. If this law is applied, our military would be useless. They will kill you. This law cannot apply in any yuga. Be it Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara or Kali Yuga, you cannot apply this rule. Survival is for the fittest. Darwin said. Living by तोते को भी आप सिखा दो ना, इधर आप बोलो, पकड़ गया तोते को सिखो, you know, there are video राम 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 करने वाला तोता भी आता है, बट राम राम करेगा, बट जब बिल्ली गला पकड़ेगी ना, चीज आवाज करेगा, तो इसकी तरह नहीं करेगा. So mechanically, what you are saying is a mechanical thing. This low understanding of God, those who have got very few. Inherent. Yes. Huh? A little better, closer than others, but still not right. Smile feel like that. Missing an important fact. Pious activities means an activity which does not have a reaction neither in the punya or in papa. Sukṛti is different to punya. Please understand one thing. Punya can be redeemed in heaven. Sukṛti cannot be redeemed in heaven. Two different things. So basically we are, that is like karma, vikarma, akarma. Why is God saying about three karma? He is talking about karma, he is talking about vikarma, and he is talking about this akarma is what is going to free you of all sins. Karma, good karma. Karma means good karma. Means you have to redeem it either in heaven or by worldly pleasure. Second, vikarma, there is bad karma, which you have to suffer either here or in hell, depending on the intensity of the karma. But it is the akarma factor which will only give you 5 Sukṛti. And with Sukṛti, what happens? Esham to Antakatam Jananam Punya Karmanaha. The Punya Karmanaha here, that is what people mostly make a mistake. Punya Karmana, the word Punya means हम लोग triggers to that. Okay? That is this because that is smartness of the language is so rich. When कुत्ते को ग्राम सिंह बुलाते, कुत्ते को ग्राम सिंह बुलाते, राइट? बरादेव, गांव का राजा, तो गली का राजा, किसी अपना आ गया तो क्या खाने का बंदा, when he is going to get next food, but he so as if he is the king of the philosophy. That is the reason why Sanskrit is the most valued language. It points at the most, it highlights everything. There is no, we start with Galis. In Sanskrit, there are no Galis. There are no royal words there. So, with Punya karmas, that is, just by doing good acts, agar samjho, I take your answer. I mean, let's hypothetically take this. Now I give a Brahmana 100 Punya. And then I go to office and they do that. So what is it? No, for the Punya karma, I will get whatever it is. And for the bad, I will get bad credit. Simple. Like share market में दो शेयर में आपका भाव बढ़ गया, दो शेयर का भाव गिर गया. You are at no profit, no loss, but you are still standing in the market like a fish. Whereas fire credit takes you out of. Fire credit will take you out of this no profit, no loss. See, material people are only in situations. If this doesn't work, this, then we have plan C. Everyone works with plan B. Okay? No one works with plan A. Everyone has got plan B. But Krishna says, when you come to me, you should not have plan B. You should have only plan A. That is what is surrender, right? When you have plan B means you are not surrender. That's what we do on day because we have plan B. In fact, plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G. No? 5 plans we have got. 7 days, you know. 2 दिन छुट्टी. 5 days को अपना रखते ही हैं प्लान. सोमवार वाला नहीं किया तो मंगलवार वाला, बुधवार वाला करके जाते. मैं एक इम्पोर्टेड साई बाबा की इम्पोर्टेड ना, नॉट इन आवर स्क्रिप्चर, इम्पोर्टेड आउटसेट फ्रॉम आउटसेट. वो भी रेडी रखा है. ये सेफ गार्ड मतलब वी वांट टू बी मेक श्योर that your S400 air defense, then we got our Agni missiles. We got so many things. So एक food है दूसरा. That's that's how material works, science works. But for a share market there are 9 backup servers. Whatever BSC concepts works on 9 backups because trillions and trillions of crores of rupees are invested by everyone. You may invest 1,000 or 1 lakh. If you may invest 10 lakhs, you may lose 50 lakhs. But combined it becomes crores. So we have got 9 backups. This is material. But ये शरणागति वर्क जो ऑफिस, तुम हाथ जोड़ के मेरे पास आ गए ना, तुम्हारा काम कर दो. चाहे वो पिज्जा हो, चाहे वो एडिशन हो, चाहे वो कोई भी बक्ता हो. गजेंद्र ने बुलाया, मैं आ गया. इसने द्रौपदी ने बुलाया, मैं आ गया. In whatever state, whatever time, he is not time specific. He is not in any other constraints or not. Do not work on him. He is very very open. So that is why punya karmanas doesn't refer only to good karma. So how do you now? How will you now? There is no third. Okay. Now let's understand how we do a karma. Let's say you are given 100 rupees to a Brahman. You both give 100 rupees to a Brahman. Now इसके अलावा और कोई कर्म का तरीका है क्या? No. Shastra says, because you also said, you have to live as per the Shastra, as per Dharma, as per Shastra. 100 रुपए देने के बाद उसका expectation of the result should be. Then it becomes पुण्य कर्म. The minute you say मैंने 100 रुपया दिया है, मेरा तो अच्छा हो जाएगा. So anyway, मैं उधर हर साल जाता हूँ मंदिर में, मेरा इज्जत होता है. I go and put this. Then it's bad. Then it is not good. You are working in bad. So the activity again remains the same, mind you. I am not taking away the activity from you. If you want to do a pious credit, if you want to do a pious karma, what do you have to do? You have to give some, just give some money or buy something, whatever. It may be anything. Social welfare. But उसका एवज में भगवान मैंने इतना किया उसके एवज में तो सुकृति का एंड रिजल्ट क्या होगा व्हाट इज द इंपॉर्टेंट एंड रिजल्ट ऑफ सुकृति भागवत साहब में कहा गया अगर आपका बहुत सारा सुकृति जम गया था ना तो भगवान आपको भक्ति दी आप इतना पूजा पाठ किया इतना सब किया उसका फल भी नहीं लिया नहीं तो स्वर्ग में जाता था आपको वो भी नहीं किया एंड इन द एंड व्हाट डिड आई गेट सत्संग one fellow coming and telling you don't do है वो जो है वो भी ले रहा है what am I left with yes Lord says once you have selected security he lands up in and in success he starts progressing towards the direction or the way by which he can achieve his final state getting out of it one must say sir achieving God how will you achieve God God is not in this world to achieve God you will have to leave this world and how many of us are ready to leave this world आज निश्चित देवता आ गए चलो प्रिया हम ये तो वैसे माँ को बोलना है मेरे दोस्त है मेरे प्रियजन है मेरे पहचान वाले हैं सब मेरे पे भरोसे थे okay remember Narada story I have told you so many times the same thing you have to leave and to leave means you have to detach mentally you have to prepare नहीं बाबा मुझे इस दुनिया से मुझे कोई लेना देना नहीं है I don't have any connection with God I mean, any connection with this material world. I've been sent here. I am housed in this body. I am a soul. But all this deluded by hatred and desire. Earlier verse is already saying, na? All living by entities are born into delusion, bewildered by duality of that raises you to desire and desire, hatred. Hatred doesn't mean hating someone, hating the consequences of the result. हमेशा एक छोटा सा कहानी बोलते हैं घोड़ा आ गया एक आदमी का खेत में सब लोग बोले अरे तुम्हारे खेत में नया घोड़ा आ गया लाखों का घोड़ा फ्री में मिल गया आपको इसने क्या बोला क्या अच्छा क्या बुरा सब रामचंद्र तो उसी घोड़े को टेम करने गया उसका बेटा गिर गया घोड़े को टेम द हॉर्स टेमिंग घोड़े से गिर गया लड़के हाथ पैर टूट गया तो वो बोला अरे अरे नुकसान हो तो उसने क्या बोला सब राम अच्छा घोड़ा आया तभी भी खुश नहीं हुआ जब बेटा को टांग टूट गया तभी भी ही डिडंट ब्लेम द हॉर्स what is happening is and after that few days there was a war in the kingdom the king said all young men and all young men have to come for war now his son दोनों हाथ पैर दोनों टूटा हुआ है so his son was in the house and all the villagers they came and said अरे हमारा सबका बेटा को जाना पड़ा युद्ध में तुम्हारा अच्छा हो गया वापस यही बोला क्या अच्छा क्या बुरा सब रहा ठीक है घोड़ा आया वो भी प्रारब्ध मैंने जो मेरा बेटा जो किया हत्या टूटा वो भी प्रारब्ध ही इज neither attached to the result neither hating neither he is desiring neither he is so with this story you can understand this sloka otherwise this sloka cannot be there is no he is not bewildered he is not in delusion हाँ इतना लाख का फायदा हो गया घोड़ा मिलने से इतना मेरे लड़के का छूट गया इतना मेडिकल खर्चा हो गया ये लॉस हो गया he is not seeing this or this he is seeing it as a flow of life everyone's life there have been good phases rough phases again good phases rough phases it has been a part of our day to day but we have got love and hatred towards the activities or the results of that. You cannot have love or hatred to it. Last but not the least, pious activities means activities by which you will not incur neither good or bad karma. That only will lead to Sukṛti or pious. And Punya are different. Punya can be actually, and that's why I said, there is a lot of clarity has to be given. No? So that's why, one word, but it means a lot. So that is the reason why we have to have this clarity. Yes, हमको पुण्य करना है ना, और वो पुण्य करना है, फल नहीं लेना है. You should not take in return anything. वो पुण्य जो है जिसका आप फल रिटर्न नहीं लोगे, भगवान पे बोझ बन जाता है. That becomes your secret. Suppose let's say, let me very blunt and rare example. Someone does an obligation. Let's say Dr. Sab does an, you do an obligation, you do an obligation on me. Obligation means for which you are not taking any remuneration. Let's say I go to doctor for some work about medical work, and doctor does it for free. He doesn't take a penny. Now, is it not an obligation which is pending in me? This is the problem, or this is the realization as a human being. Tell me what supreme giver. The supreme giver can say, "अरे बाबा, ये आज तेरे पास जो पैसा है वो भी मैंने दिया." You say, "No, no, I want it because मैं पास कर रहा हूँ." Right? Okay, even you will argue, no? मैं कर्म नहीं होता तो मेरे पास पैसा नहीं रहता. I would not be having money. But Lord says, I don't want to be ऋणी. मुझे किसी का ऋणी नहीं रहना. और आपने पुण्य किया और बोला मेरे को फल नहीं चाहिए. आपको बुरा का फल भी आपका, अच्छे का फल भी आपका. Take both the two. Immediate Lord says, now this fellow has not taken anything. Now I have to give him something more higher than Swarga. And what higher can I give him? More than Swarga? My own way. My own. So let me give him the process by which he can come. And the process starts with standing. Process starts. This is not the end of the process. So if by not taking the results of the karma, who is the giver? God is the giver of the results of your karma. And if you say, I don't want the results, it's yours. Krishna arpanastu, Brahma arpanastu, आपने अर्पण कर दिया. Now what will you do? ठीक है, अभी किसी ना किसी देना पड़ेगा. Obligation. So obligation he returns it as Sukṛti by which he got connected with. Okay, this is today's technique.